Hello, sisters of the world. This is DeAnna Lam of Red Tent in Every Neighborhood. And I'd like to explore together with you today the time before self-judgment began. We're not born judging ourselves. It's a social construct. It's something that we've absorbed from our environment. Babies don't judge themselves. Toddlers don't judge themselves. Well, it depends when they're starting to be judged around them. So, do you remember a time before you ever had a critical thought about yourself? I invite you to take a moment to remember that because as girls, up to a certain age, different for each of us, we enjoy being in the body. We don't think about how it looks. We enjoy moving and stretching and dancing and jumping and laughing and being in this body alive as girls. So when did this change for you and what prompted it? For me, I have a story I'd like to share. When I asked myself that question, that the first memory came is a story of when I was in kindergarten, so about 4 or 5, and I had a book at home about a circus. And other than the elephants and the clowns and the animals, there was a trapeze dancing woman that had, I guess, tattoos all over her arms and her legs. She was in a tight suit with arms and legs revealed, and every single place, every single piece of skin that was visible had paintings on it, tattoo paintings. And I was fascinated. And I went to kindergarten one day. So, as I said, was 4 or 5 years old. And I took crayons, markers, pens that we had there, and I wanted to show my girlfriend at kindergarten how this wonderful dancer, trapeze artist was looking in my book at home. And I started drawing on myself, on my arms. It was summer, so my arms were bare below the short sleeve, and I had shorts on, so my legs were bare. And I was enjoying myself thoroughly. I was painting on myself, drawing on myself, being creative and completely loving it. And then the teacher came, the kindergarten teacher came, and she was furious. She shouted at me. She furiously said that I have to come with her to the bathroom right now. And under cold water, it was cold. I remember that sensation of the cold water. Under cold water, she scrubbed me. It wasn't easy to take it off. I'm sure, looking at it from an adult point of view, that it was a job and a half for her. But I was so innocently delighted by the art I made on and with my body. And she was so upset and scrubbing me under the cold water and feeling very cross with me and with what she would say to my parents. And I remember her being extremely apologetic to my parents. She felt, I assume, guilty that she didn't prevent it. She didn't see me on time to prevent it. I didn't get into trouble with my parents at all. The trouble that I got with my kindergarten teacher was enough, I guess. And I'm looking at that memory as a moment of shifting, a moment where an innocent, creative, joyful action of expression with my body and my whole self and spirit became something that someone else judged as wrong. And I don't remember immediately afterwards starting to judge myself, but that's the memory that came up for me when I thought of when was the first time that I was judged or thought of myself as wrong. So that's the memory that came up. And I'm inviting you to think for your own biography when there was this shifting moment, or maybe it was not a memory, but a thought that you were impressed on by the environment. Because as I said in the beginning, we are not born self-judging. We are not born criticizing who we are or how we look. We're not born with any yardsticks or measurements or ideal looks or ideal size, etc. These are constructs. These are constructs that are given to us by our parents, by our society. For me, it was mostly by my mom, Who was it for you? Probably one of your parents, and definitely the culture and society at large. So I'm excited about the Queen Academy Masterclass. It's a free masterclass that I've recorded for you to start having a few practices to anchor in your life for increasing self-esteem and releasing self-judgment. And there is an exciting new endeavor that will follow in September. So get ready for my announcement. I'll get a drum roll when I'm ready. And I invite you all together with me to go on the path of releasing self-judgment and increasing self-love because we deserve it. Here is to us changing our world and the world at large. I'll see you next time. For now, be well. Take good care. Bye-bye. Let me do the phone here and the desktop.